Everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you all are doing well with your preparation for upcoming CSIR NET exam. I thought of making a video where I can discuss about the past CSIR NET exam, especially CSIR December 2025 exam. The question paper was slightly different, not like a usual CSIR NET exam. So this video is a detailed analysis of CSIR December 2025 paper. Along with that, we will do a comparison with CSIR June 2025. So last two exams, we'll try to compare which topics are asked more, and it will give you idea that you have to prepare or you have to finish few other topics as well, like in case if you have not prepared them. Okay, so this is going to be quite short video where I will just talk about important formulas, important topics which are important for the upcoming CSIR NET exam, depending upon the trend which we are seeing in the last few. Okay, so starting with that, you have 120 questions in the exam. So whatever marking I'm telling, you might think that why I'm telling you more than 200, because the exam has total of 120 questions, and like you have total these many questions, out of which you have 20 general aptitude questions, and you have 100 questions of your subject, which is of chemistry, then 40 marks for general aptitude, of course, and these 100 questions are of 320 marks. Okay, so you have chemistry of 320 marks. Okay, so chemistry is asked of 320 marks, and out of which, like combinedly with aptitude, to qualify, or the maximum marks which you have to basically attempt in exam is 200. So because you have a lot of choices, like in part A you have to do 15 questions out of 20, in part B you have to do 35 questions out of 40, and in part C you have to do 25 questions out of 60. So it gives you a lot of choices. That's why the total marks in the question paper is much more higher than the maximum marks which you can get in exam. Okay, so that's where the analysis will be. So starting with CSIR December 2025 exam, the paper was equally divided, like almost equally divided. If you see, there were 32 questions from physical chemistry, 34 questions from organic chemistry, and 34 questions from inorganic chemistry. Inorganic chemistry and organic chemistry were asked for 110 marks since they had equal number of questions. So basically part B and part C questions were equally divided among them, and physical chemistry was asked of 100 marks. Okay, now I will go in each one of them individually, and we will see in which topic how much marks was asked. So starting with organic chemistry. Okay, so I have divided it in major topics. So if I start with GOC, so this is for December. Okay, this is for December 25 exam, the last CSIR NET exam. So GOC was asked for 4 marks, stereochemistry was asked for 4 marks, reaction intermediate was asked for 16 marks, reaction mechanism was asked for 18 marks, reagent was asked for 26 marks, spectroscopy surprisingly was asked for a slightly lower marks, so it was asked for 10 marks here. Pericyclic reaction was asked for a very decent number of like marks, that is 16, and then photochemistry heterocyclic was asked for 10 marks, and natural products for 2 marks. Now if you see the topics which I have circled, and even like heterocyclic compounds, let's say, these becomes the highest asked, or these becomes the topic from which most of the questions were asked from organic chemistry. Okay, and if I just have to be very strict about telling you that which topics are very important from organic chemistry, if you are someone who is taking or who is considering organic chemistry as one of the major topic, you are, let's say you are good at organic chemistry and you are going along with it, so you should definitely do a reaction mechanism, you should definitely do a reagent name reaction, reaction intermediates, and organic spectroscopy and pericyclic reaction. Like these three four things. Of course, when you do pericyclic, you have to do photochemistry as well along with it. So these 1 2 3 4 5 6, these 6 topics becomes very important if you are going for organic chemistry. Of course, when you will be preparing GOC and stereochemistry comes as basic. Now somebody who is new, or somebody who is taking organic chemistry as, let's say, some as a third topic, or who is not good at organic chemistry, who is willing to, let's say, who has prepared well for inorganic and physical chemistry, but is a little bit reluctant in organic chemistry, in that case, some topics which I would consider or tell you to definitely do is GOC. Okay, you can see it is asked for 4 marks. Stereochemistry, these are easy topics. Then try to do organic spectroscopy. This is one of high marks topic. Okay, if possible, try to do pericyclic and photochemistry as well. Okay, so if you do these like 1 2 3 4 5 topics, you will see that you can like in the exam you will have at least like 40-50 marks weightage, like 40-50 marks from organic you will be able to at least attempt. Okay, so that makes these topics important. So these, like the one which I will mark like this is for someone who is preparing for this particular as casually. Okay, casually means who is preparing organic sorry, inorganic and physical seriously but organic casually. And this is for those who are doing it seriously. For seriously, I would suggest that you should do all of them, of course, but these are the major highlighted topics. Okay, let's talk about inorganic chemistry. Now here is a lot of things which I have seen different from last few exams. We will see on comparison also. So if you see organometallic compound, which is of 12 marks, high scoring topic, chemical bonding for 4 marks. Coordination chemistry was asked for 26 marks, very high scoring topic. Periodicity, main group element was asked for 26 marks, again very high scoring topic. F block elements, nuclear chemistry, bioinorganic chemistry was asked for 12 marks. Inorganic spectroscopy is asked for 8 marks. Then comes analytical and acid base. So if you see these things, like if you ask someone few years back, they generally don't give much importance to bioinorganic chemistry. This is a topic which was considered as something okay you can do or you can leave, something like that. But now bioinorganic chemistry becomes very important. It's a small topic or it's a small syllabus, but it covers a lot of weightage in exam. So now more questions are being asked from bioinorganic chemistry. If you're going for CSIR NET exam, if you have not yet prepared bioinorganic chemistry, please do that. Okay, I think inorganic chemistry everyone does, whether they take organic or inorganic together or physical inorganic together, everyone does that. But in that case also, the certain important topics from your inorganic chemistries are organometallic, definitely you should do. Coordination chemistry, definitely you have to do. Chemical bonding is like basics that you will do in order to understand the things. If you are not very good at inorganic chemistry, want to skip main group elements, it's fine. But in that case, you have to compensate it with other topics from organic and physical chemistry. Okay. Then F block elements you should do. It's not a big topic. It's a small syllabus, carries a lot of marks. Nuclear chemistry is easy. You can do easily. You might be have studied a lot of nuclear chemistry by now. Bioinorganic, as I said, it is an important topic. Or inorganic spectroscopy is very important. Spectroscopy is very important, especially whatever type of it is. Is it physical spectroscopy, organic, inorganic, whatever? All of these are important. Okay. So these are some of the important topics which you should definitely look for. Don't try to skip these topics. Main group element comes in a gray region where if you are having time, you should look for that. At least read about it if you have short notes or something, so that when you sit in exam, at least you have some idea about question if it is asked. Okay. Next is physical chemistry. Now here you will see a lot of things have changed. Quantum chemistry is highly weightage topics, like topic from where a lot of questions are asked. Kinetics is asked for 8 marks. Again, it is also, I'll consider it as a good scoring topic. Surface chemistry was asked for 14 marks. This again is something which generally we don't see. Surface chemistry generally has like 6 to 8 marks in exam, but this time it was having a lot of weightage. Electrochemistry surprisingly was low in exam, like it was asked for less marks in exam. Solid state was asked for 8 marks. Okay, then comes your molecular spectroscopy. As I said, spectroscopy is important, be it anyone. Okay, then polymer chemistry was asked for 4 marks. Data analysis, there were no question from there. Thermodynamics and statistical thermodynamics, this is really important topic, definitely a must do. Then your group theory. So these comes as your scoring topics or important topics. Now I know that most of you might not be very good at quantum chemistry and you might think that it is very high weightage topic, how I will finish this and how I will do all the things from quantum chemistry. See, you don't have to completely finish quantum chemistry. At least try to do the basic part of quantum chemistry, like try to do the valence bond theory part of it, try to do the eigenvalue, eigenvector form part of it, try to do the operators part of quantum chemistry, then try to do things related to like perturbation theory, variation theorem. What I would recommend, if you just finish watching my videos on this particular channel, the playlist on quantum chemistry, if you finish that, most of the topics you will be able to do, and in exam you will be able to do question as well. So in case if you're skipping quantum chemistry completely, I would recommend you to at least watch my playlist on quantum chemistry. That will give you enough idea to do some question in exam, and at least you will not go with a clean slate. You will have something to do in exam. And new topics which I would definitely suggest you to do is surface chemistry. If you are like skipping it for now, or if you are thinking to skip it, don't do that. Okay, you still have time. Try to understand the formula of it and try to do this. Kinetics is always important. Okay, electrochemistry is an important topic, although this time the weightage was low, but you can expect more questions in the upcoming exam. Molecular spectroscopy is important. Solid state is easy, you can do that. Then comes your thermodynamics and statistical thermodynamics and group theory. These are very important topics and you should not miss them. Okay. All right. Next, what I have done is compared CSIR June 2025 and December 25 exam. So if you see, if you just look upon the weightage in CSIR June 2025, organic chemistry was asked for slightly higher marks, and inorganic chemistry was having little lower weightage. If you go with the marks also, so organic chemistry was asked of 110 marks, but inorganic chemistry was asked only of 104 marks, which has been changed this time. So CSIR December exam was more balanced for organic inorganic portion, I would say, equal marks for both of them, right? If I talk about topic wise, and if I show you over here, you can clearly see that from organic chemistry, stereochemistry, somewhere you will see a big difference. Like you have very high marks in June exam and less in December. For others, it's not that much difference. Again, reaction mechanism is having a difference. Reagent has a difference. And you will see that photochemistry was not asked in June exam, but it was asked for 4 marks in December exam. Same heterocyclic compound was the biggest difference. In June, there was just 2 marks question from there, and this time it was a 10 marks question. If I show you with the graph, you will see that the biggest difference between like CSIR June exam and December exam is for stereochemistry. Then you will see that for photochemistry, you will see that for heterocyclic compounds, and of course natural product you got, let's say, a question in December, but you did not got any question in June. Okay, so these were the differences which you have seen in the last exam, but the overall weightage is quite similar. You will see that more number of questions were asked from reagents, reaction mechanism, organic spectroscopy, pericyclic reaction, reaction intermediate. So these are the topics from where majority of the questions were asked in exam, be it any of them like June or December. These are the major topics from where you can expect more questions in exam. Talking about inorganic chemistry, you will see that a major difference is seen in inorganic chemistry. For June exam, it was asked for 26 marks, and now it was only asked for 12 marks. You will see that difference again in your coordination chemistry from 32 to 26 marks, and you will see a very big difference in main group elements. In June exam, it was only asked for 2 marks, and in December exam, it was asked for 26 marks. So you see a big difference over there, and the big difference is also in inorganic spectroscopy. In June, a lot of questions from inorganic spectroscopy were there. In December, there were few questions. So a very imbalanced kind of thing. I would say that the paper in December exam was very different from June exam. You can clearly see that. Like if 4 or 5 topics are there from where you see a very big difference in a score, that means the paper was very different. If you want to look upon it from the graph point of view, you will see the biggest difference in this organometallic compounds. The biggest difference is again in your main group elements. Then there is a big difference in inorganic spectroscopy. F block element is more or less asked for the same marks. Okay. Then you see quite a difference in coordination chemistry as well. So if I talk about that, what are the most scoring topics from inorganic chemistry? In any of these, in both of these exams, you will see that organometallic is someone which is important topic. Coordination is a high weightage topic. Inorganic spectroscopy is high weightage topic. Bioinorganic is a high weightage topic. Main group is hit or miss. Sometimes it might be asked for more. Sometimes it might be asked for less. Okay. So these are more scoring topics. F block also you can consider in that sense. Okay, let's talk about physical chemistry. Here, if you see there again, there were quite a few differences which were there. For example, quantum chemistry is always asked for highest marks. In June, it was asked for 30 marks. In December, for 22 marks. Chemical kinetics, almost similar marks. And if I talk about surface chemistry, Here is a big difference which you will see. It was only asked for 2 marks in June, but in December it was asked for 14 marks. And if you look upon molecular spectroscopy, again from 12 it went to 18. And if I talk about thermodynamics, it was asked for 22 marks and it went down to 16. So these were like bigger changes, I would say. If you look upon it from the graph perspective, the biggest difference which you will see is, of course, for surface chemistry. Then you have that difference in thermodynamics and statistical thermodynamics. Quantum chemistry also, the difference is there, but more or less it is high weightage topic. Then molecular spectroscopy, you see that. Polymer chemistry is almost asked for equivalent marks. Chemical equilibrium is again hit or miss. Sometimes one question might be asked. Okay. Group theory is again almost of the similar marks. So if I talk about what are the high weightage topics from physical chemistry, so quantum chemistry is high weightage topic. Kinetics is high weightage topics. Surface chemistry is a hit or miss. Sometimes it might be asked, sometimes not. It depends upon that. Electrochemistry is a high weightage topic. Molecular spectroscopy is a high weightage topic. Thermodynamics is a high weightage topic, and group theory is high weightage topic. Okay, so these are important and high weightage topics. So this video was just to give you idea about detailed analysis of previous two exams. It might give you an insight that which are the topics from where you have to, prepare more or have to give more time to these topics. For example, for the remaining days, if you think of, okay, I have not studied data analysis, should I do that? No need to that. You can't have idea like whether the question will be asked or not. Same goes for like polymer chemistry. You can not give like 2-3 days in the last few days for polymer chemistry. Try to devote your time now to more scoring topics. In case if you have not done them yet, revise more scoring topics more rigorously so that you retain them till exam and you do questions from those topics correctly and you don't make mistakes from them in exam. All right, so that's it from my side for this particular video. Do let me know if you have any particular question. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, have a great day. Bye bye, take care.